Welcome back to, once again, another Warzone tips and trick video. Today I have a strategy that has worked 100% of the time for me on getting to the end zone and making the end game where you have like 10 players left in your lobby. I have been doing this strategy for about 2 hours straight with people in my Discord, and every time we have either come first, second, or third. I think the lowest we've came is 5th, and that's just because of a fluke because we messed up on rotation and lack of communication and all that stuff, but we have gotten to the end game every time. Now, a little bit of disclaimer here. You will not be seeing a lot of enemies with this strategy. The whole point of this strategy is to avoid as many people early game as possible, get quick loot, quick cash, and then work on objective flags. So I'll elaborate on that. What you're going to see on screen right now is us marking the map on where search and capture location objectives are. In your own game, on your minimap, these are going to be the magnifying glass icons. Find the closest one to you and capture it. So what you're going to want to do from the second you jump out of the plane is you and your squad go somewhere far outside of the circle and far off of the path from the plane. This will ensure that there is going to be the least amount of enemies near you at the start of the game, so you can loot and get cash easily without having to worry about your teammates going to the gulag or worrying about having to buy them back. Get that 6K and then buy your loadout buys. The second your team has your loadouts, get a vehicle and start going to the magnifying glass locations. Once you go to one, you'll pick it up and you will be given an objective to capture a flag somewhere in the near proximity to you. Once you capture that flag, you will then get intel on where the next circle will be. On your minimap, this will appear as a yellow circle. Only you and your team can see this yellow circle. Everyone else in the game can only see the white circle unless they are also doing these intel missions. But so far in the game, I haven't really noticed a lot of people take advantage of these intel missions. Once you complete a flag, you will also get a lot of cash, armor, ammo, and occasional equipment drops and stuff like that. With your money, because you're trying to avoid as many people as possible, buy your ammo, buy your armor, buy your loadouts if someone does end up having to respawn or buy back, and also buy your kill streaks and gas masks and all that type of fun stuff. We had a run today with me and my friends where we had about $14,000 like 5 minutes into the game because we were just capturing flags like crazy and we were just getting so much money from them. So as you're avoiding players, don't worry about looting and stuff like that, because once you capture these flags, you will be rewarded for doing so. A little bit of a guide to actually avoid players while getting these magnifying glass locations is go to the magnifying glass locations that are not out of point of interest. So if you see a magnifying glass in Karst River Quarry and a magnifying glass just outside Karst River Quarry, obviously go to the one just outside. You have a lower chance of seeing enemies and you will get another magnifying glass location to do a capture of flag. Now, you can stack these on top of each other as well. So if you complete 3 flags in one circle rotation, you will be able to see 3 zones into the future and narrow down the final circle very, very quickly, so your team will know where the final circle will be before anyone else does. This will give you a huge advantage to get set up, get high ground, plant traps, put claymores down, and just get ready for enemies pushing you in that final circle before enemies even know where that is. I've had times and games where me and my team are set up on the highest ground possible in the final circle area, and we are only still completing the first zone. So it is a super OP strategy. And even if this does become a very popular strategy in game, if multiple people know where the end zone circle is, this is still going to be a great way to get early cash and early loot to set you up for success. Now, doing this strategy, 100% of the time my team has made it to end circle and the end zone in the 2 hours that I've been doing it today. It's, as of right now, a fail-proof, I guess, strategy for me and my team. Obviously, if you are very new to Warzone or Call of Duty in general, it might take some time getting used to and kind of learning how to efficiently capture these flags with avoiding enemies. Now, there will be times where you do come across enemies and all you do is you literally just shoot them and kill them and continue on with your mission challenges. Sometimes it is smarter to retreat if the enemies have low ground and you have the high ground and you can get away easily. We did this a couple times where we just didn't really want to get into combat or conflict and risk someone going down or going to the gulag, just because we were so set up and we were still trying to make it towards that end zone. Really, the only big issue with this strategy is if the end zone is in a very popular location or a very busy area with a lot of people fighting in it currently. That's going to be a little bit of an issue getting to that end zone before anyone else can, because if, say, there's like 3 squads in a crossfire in downtown and final circle is going to be somewhere and you're trying to get to that final circle, but you have to go through or around, and going around you might come across enemies too. That's really the only risky part. So vehicles are going to be your best friend, whether that be helicopters, the armored trucks, or the ATVs. Honestly, a really good strategy for those players that don't like high action games. Of course, in the end zone, you're going to have some struggles with teams that have lots of kill streaks, but you will have kill streaks of your own. Really, the end zone, once you get there, the intel kind of becomes useless, because once that last end zone finishes, where the zones just get smaller and smaller to the point where it doesn't really matter where the next zone is because you're so focused on the combat. During then, that's going to be all skill and all up to team communication. All day while I've been doing this strategy, we've been getting easy wins, second places, third places. I think the lowest we've came is 5th while doing this strategy. So we've been getting top 3 placements every time. The only reason we've been dying is because we've had poor communication and then just poor rotations, and we get a little cocky sometimes because we know where the end zone is. But that's still something that me and my group have to smooth out and fix. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this strategy. Leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you guys want to see more tips and tricks on Warzone and future Call of Duty games. I'm about to head out, and if there is one, I will see you in the next one. Peace.